Hello citizens and welcome back. This is our match reaction to City 2 Villa 1 in the Premier League. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe. Yes, I am just back home from the game. I was at the ground. I actually went. I've just had a McDonald's as well. A banana milkshake. Looking forward to jumping into that. Don't judge me, though it's like 11:30 in the evening. It's been a long night. But let's just jump straight into it. You know, our midfield forward today had a combined age of like 128 or something like that. It was over 120 because everyone was over 30 in that midfield. And to be honest with you, it shows in parts, to be honest. I know Pep, he's been, the last few weeks when things really hit the tough part of the season and we need to get wins and wins. And, you know, he keeps repeating that every game is a cup final, keeps repeating it. And the way he's treating it is exactly like a cup final because he's trusting them players that won in the treble a few years ago. You know, so the lineup, not too much different from what was out against Everton. You know, you had Ortega in goal, Nunes at right back, O'Reilly left back. Then you had the centre back partnership with Diaz and Vardio. And then midfield was Bernardo, Kovacic, De Bruyne, and Gundogan with Mamouche up front. And you had McAtee and someone else on the other side. I don't even remember right now who's on the other side of him. He was on the other side. Who cares? Someone was on the other side. But look, the point is that the lineup, we got no legs in midfield. Pep insisted on playing this high line. He wanted to press Villa. He was playing really narrow to stop Villa playing through the middle, which they did several times, to be honest. Not much, I will say that. City did negate their attacks quite a lot. I think Pep focused on Cityzens a lot today. And then McGinn, when he came on as well, he just played really narrow, stopped them playing through the middle. And that did shut Villa down, you know, who were a bit unwilling to go long, although if they did a few more times, it would have caused some more problems, because as we saw in the beginning, 17 seconds, I think it was, Rashford hits the post, 17 seconds, it should have been 1-0 up, shows how crap Rashford is. But City did control the game throughout, don't get me wrong, City did control the game throughout. You know, we got back into it, well, I said we got back into it, we were never out of it. You know, we took control, passing it around nicely, and we looked like we were in a cup final, to be fair. We treated that game like a cup final. We got the lead, justifiably so. Mamouche working hard on the left-hand side, who I absolutely love and we'll get into. Cuts it back, Bernardo with his right foot. Shocking goalkeeping from Martinez, 1-0 up. And then for me, a diabolical penalty. I was right on top of that. Where that foul took place, or where that trip took place from Diaz on, was it Rodgers or someone? I'm right above that. So I got a clear view. And all it liked to me was Diaz was trying to get out of the way, and I've seen one replay of it really quickly, and to me it looked like he was trying to get out of the way and it was just coming together. Every time a player goes down, it doesn't mean a foul, and the fact that the game got stopped about 20 or 30 seconds later, however long it was, because we were just watching the game as normal at the ground, the fact that it got stopped by VAR to force the referee to go look at it is shocking to me. That's not how VAR's supposed to be used. VAR's supposed to be used for shocking decisions, and that wasn't a disaster. Like I said, it was just two players coming together. That's what I thought. Maybe that's what the referee thought at first. But of course, when the VAR tells you to stop the game, you're always going to give the penalty. That the referee's opinion just completely disappears then. You know, he just second guesses himself and gives whatever the VAR person's telling him. Because, you know, they must be right. They're watching replays. So Rashford scores 1-1. But again, we never really looked under threat. There was a couple of moments in the second half, you know, Rashford going around Ortega, putting it into the side net and that sort of thing. But it was all City. All Villa did was sit back, time waste with Martinez, just so much time wasting, so much play acting. And Emery said before the game they were going out to try and win this game, but I don't think they did. Well, they tried to play for a draw and then they tried to snatch it really late on because they brought all the quick players. You know, they brought Marlon, they brought Watkins on. I can't believe he didn't start the game. So they did try and look for that counter attack, and a couple of occasions they did get away with a counter attack, but we shut it down quite well. And then we go and get the win in the end, and it came from me again because I'm sat right above Docky when he controls that ball, miscontrols it because he miscontrolled it. It gets past Disassi, I think it was, whips it in with the outside of his right foot, De Bruyne-esque. Nunes at the back post, goal 2-1. The stadium went nuts. There's only about 10 of us in the ground, but it went nuts. You know, and I've been hearing on TalkSport on the way back, Villa fans criticising the City fans, no fans, calling the empty, blah, blah, blah. No one cares. You get in the Champions League one season and they all think they're the big I am. But their team turned up, and they turned up not to play. And their fans were quiet, and then the away fans supposed to be loud throughout the game, other than when Rashford scored, and for about 5 minutes before City scored the second. They didn't hear the Villa fans, to be fair, and like I said, if it's the empty had, I mean, it shows how poor they are, and they all abandoned the game before it was even over. Their section emptied so quick. But look, there's some big performances in here. Kovacic, I think he's been our best player this season. I said it before Christmas. I think he's phenomenal. He's the engine in that midfield. He's unbelievable. He can tackle. He can hold on to the ball. He can shoot. You know, he's not willing to He's very willing to shoot. You know, he takes a lot of shots from distance. Kovacic, I absolutely love him. I think he's a star. Kovacic, I think, is a great signing for us. I think he's probably been one of the best signings we've had for a couple of years. Nunes at right back. He can't defend at times. He slips a lot, and I mean a lot. He slips like 6-7 times a half. Fortunately, it's usually when we're attacking. Sometimes it is when he's trying to defend. But he has improved his defensive game over the last few weeks. He has. I think he's working well on that. And I think the fact that he's keeping like people Lewis out the team, which is very fortunate for us, says a lot about him. And he got his goal today, and he took it really, really well. You got to remember that came 93 minutes, 21 seconds, a second after the Aguero goal. That came 93-21. And he took that very well. You know, kept his head down, kept it on target, good finish, and right at the end of a tough game, all the pressure on him as well in that moment. Easier to miss than score that, I think. So yeah, big props to him, because I think he's going leaps and bounds, and he's not a defender. I don't want to see him at right back. I want to see him on the right wing, but he's done well. On the other side, O'Reilly, I tell you what, I love this kid. I used to really like Lewis, but Lewis hasn't really got that. He's not progressed for me, Lewis. He's exactly where he was a couple of years ago when he hit the scene. But O'Reilly, what a player he is. And you can see how good he is going forward. You know, he did a little dribble through 3 Villa players earlier. He holds up ball really well. You know, he's got a good shot on him, of course, because he's an attacking player. Again, not a left back. This is the thing about our fullbacks. We need proper fullbacks. But in the meantime, they're doing all right, O'Reilly and Nunes. And those two are big stars today. And O'Reilly, I tell you, I love that kid. There's nothing I've seen that he can't do. He's phenomenal. And he's not afraid of the challenge. You know, he's 20 years old, and he's not afraid to take on these Villa players who've been in the Champions League for the last few weeks. So yeah, good on him. De Bruyne, I think we're missed for parts of the game. McAtee on the right hand side, I forgot he was playing until he came out for the second half. Then I forgot he was playing again until he went for that lob against Martinez, and he really should be scoring when someone passed the ball to him. It was O'Reilly when O'Reilly smashes the ball low to him near post, like 3 yards out, and he air kicks it. Not good enough. So McAtee went missing today. And I think we had a couple of passengers, and I think De Bruyne was mostly a passenger, though McAtee was definitely a passenger. When you've got 2 or 3 in the team, you've got an issue, and that can cause you problems going back the other way as well, because McAtee as well didn't track back well enough, particularly in the second half before he was hooked. De Bruyne obviously not going to do it because he only wants the ball to his feet now. And obviously, of course, Gundogan as well, another one that really can't get up and down the pitch as much as he used to, because, I mean, some of these players are over 30 years old, like I said. So yeah, that's another reason why when he plays like Kovacic in the engine room. Mamouche got an assist today with the first one, went missing in the second half because City weren't really giving him any service. They were too busy going out wide or trying to nullify Villa to go forward. You kind of keep saying it's about Mamouche, but he gets a lot of the Haaland treatment in times. But he was good, Mamouche. I like Mamouche a lot. He's quick. He's not afraid to go direct. And he presses a lot as well. And I do think Pep's going to drag some of that out of him next season. I think in the summer, Mamouche is going to have some of that directness taken from him, and he's going to be more of a team player and hold it up more, which I'm going to absolutely despise, because that's not what his game's about. Because if Pep just plays him, Doku, and Savinho on the front 3, that directness, honestly, frightened a lot of teams. Most of them, if not all of them, would be a lot better going forward. But Pep just doesn't want to do it. He just wants to play sideways and backwards. And last but not least, Doku, when he came on, I thought he was fantastic again. I can't believe Pep's not playing him from the beginning. He's in some good form at the moment, and he's just not playing him. I hope he starts for the FA Cup semi-final, because he deserves it. Big performance when he came on. Like I said, I think he miscontrolled that pass, but he still got past. I'm pretty sure it was disaster. He got past him. And like I said, wonderful cross for the goal. Yeah, some big performances in there, big result. I said before in the preview that if we lost, it's not the end of the world for us, but winning it is massive. And to win it the way we have, that's going to give the team another boost, because I don't think we're playing the league until next weekend now, because we've got the FA Cup this weekend. So this is a big moment for us. And if we can go win the next game against Wolves, I tell you what, I can see Chelsea dropping points. I can see Forest dropping points. You know, we only need Newcastle Villa to drop points then. So yeah, I think we're in a really good spot to get Champions League football after this. I do. I know we played more games than the other teams, but it's better to have the points already on the board, I think. But yeah, good job to us. Good result. Massive 3 points, and you saw what it meant from Pep at the end. Fantastic. That's it. That's the match reaction. Thanks for watching. As always, really appreciate it. Thanks for checking it out. Yeah, it's been a long day. So I think it's coming up nearly midnight now. So I'm going to post this. Have my milkshake. Go to bed. What more can you want? Up early in the morning. yeah, that's it. Thanks very much. Hit like, hit subscribe. And once again, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Bye-bye.